Welcome to another Farming Simulator 19 Guide to Assistance video with me, MrSealyp. The Ahran Modding Fendt Vario 1000. I say that because there is one already in game. Now, Ahran Modding did some Fendts, and I think did the Fendt 1000 on FS17. And it's now been converted over to 19. Giants put the Fendt 1000 into the game anyway, but this is the Ahran Modding version, and this is a special beastie. Pretty much like on the FS17 version, we've got some options available here which are different to the in-game one. So what I'm going to do is have a look install first at the options, and then we'll have a look at the vehicles themselves and what they do, which is really quite cool. I'm glad we've got this back in here. It's nice to have them in game. So let's move swiftly on. If I go into my menu here, it's under large tractors. Now if I scroll across, we've got the in-game one here, which is 329,000. I've got mine in euros because I was on Felsbrum, but regardless, 329,000. If we scroll across, now that is, oh actually, before I move on, that one at 329,000 is 21 slots, if you're interested in your slot count and you want to know. So we go across to the modded version, which is now here at the very end, also 329,000, so no difference in price, which I like. That's a good thing. Now the bottom left hand corner, that says 2 slots. That says 2 because I've already leased some to show you on this mod review. I've had a lot of people questioning when I do my videos, saying it only said 2 slots, it only said 1 slot, and when I've gone on it says, you know, 39, 25, whatever. As soon as you buy one, the next one you buy, the slots are much lower. So the first one will set you back 39 slots. Once you've bought one, the next one you buy will only be 2 slots for each successive one you buy. So anyway, let's have a look at what we've got available. And there's a lot available. So we've got our standard Fendt Vario. This is the 1038 version, which means it has got 396 horsepower. I'm going to go down to these settings first. Actually, we can go from Trelleborgs to Michelin's, and pretty much like the standard in-game version, we've got standard wheel weights, wide tyres and weights, twins, which looks phenomenal, and then back to our standard. We've got our engine set up. Let's move to that first. We've got a 1038, which is 396 horsepower, 1042, which is 435. Then we've got our 1046, which is 476 horsepower, and then the one that everybody, the monster. How did I just come off that? We've got the 1050, which is 517 horsepower. This menu is driving me mad today. Go back to that. Right, so that's our standard version. Now, it does say their design. That's the bit I'm on at the moment. We'll have a look at that in a bit more detail in a second. But what I want to do is go back up here to main colour. So we've got some options now. And again, this, if you just want to go with these options, this is going to make it stand out from the crowd if you want a slightly different Fendt. So we've got the standard Fendt green, or the modern Fendt green. You can have it in black for the Black Beauty version. Don't worry about the fact, because at the moment the cab section is a different colour. That comes under design colour, which is just below that, so don't panic about that if you do it. Or you're looking thinking, well, that's rubbish, it's not done properly. That'll be okay in a minute. We've got the old Fendt green, slightly darker. Then we've got a rather impressive orange. Wow, that stands out. Then we've got Jens green, as in the forestry equipment, and then we've got the Challenger yellow, which is all very nice. Now we can also, again, see what I mean, this, for some reason this is not playing ball today. There we go. We can change our rim colour to white rims. Hang on, let's swing that around so we can see the rims a bit better. We can have white rims, the sort of Challenger grey ones, these shiny black ones that I just think they look amazing. That's just me. Jens green, if you want to go full Jens, and then a darker grey there, which is rather nice. Then we go to the design colour. So the design colour is what's going to change the roof. So, or not the roof, the cab. So the cab's now gone black. We have a finger in there. Okay. We can have the darker green, the orange. Wow. The Gens green and the Challenger. Now again, if I was going for a Challenger setup, for example, at the moment you're looking at saying, okay, great, I've got Challenger yellow, I've got the, I've done the design colour, so that's Challenger yellow. The roof is still white, and it still says Fendt Vario on the side. That's where we come down to the other settings further down. So we've already got a lot of options, which on FS17 would have been kind of, we've got lots of different colours, we've got different rim colours, we can change the cab colour, there's all sorts of stuff going on. But what we can do now, if we come down to this one here, where it says Agco Fendt Vario 1000, that's if you want it in the standard Fendt. Well, if I'm setting this up as a Challenger, let's say for example, I'm kind of doing that now. If I go across one to Challenger, this does a few things. It changes the naming of it. If we go across, it now has the Challenger logo on the side of the bonnet. It has on the front Challenger rather than Fendt. That's a little bit harder to see, but I might be able to zoom in on that. But it also changes the light stalks on the side of the cab. Now the cab doesn't go yellow, the cab goes black, as the Challengers do. But if you look at the light stalks, if I go back to Vario, you get the hazard squares, and if you look at the lights on the back fenders, wheel arches, that's with the Challenger, so the light colour's different and the light stalks are different, and that's with the Fendt. So yeah, I like the fact those change. They're giving you the options there, which should be on the actual tractor, which is really cool. If I go across one more from the Challenger, we go to the Fendt Gens machine, and this is what changes, is the roof on those settings as well. That's the Gens, that's the Challenger yellow, and obviously that's the Agco Fendt Vario white roof. So you can pick and choose what variations you want. If you want to go for a full-blown, I want this to look like a Fendt. So like if I go back up now to the top, you get the kind of idea already. I know this is kind of obvious, isn't it? And then we go to design colour, and we go back to that, and if we go to there we go, we got to at the time. If I go to red, then we're back to a standard Fendt pretty much, or the modern Fendt anyway. But we could, if I wanted to. I really do like those. The dark grey rims are pretty cool as well, actually. That looks pretty nice on there. The black ones are just shiny black. Wow. So I like, again, I know I say it's a lot on my mod reviews. It's all about options and choices. And yes, you and your mate who lives wherever might have both bought them. It might be a different YouTuber's just bought one. But there are so many options you can change on this now. They're not going to be the same. Or they shouldn't be the same. They're not going to be identical. You can change a lot of things. Anyway, that being said, that's all the options available. And there are a lot available. So if we come out, let's have a look over them. Now, the mods themselves are incredibly neat, incredibly tidy. The detailing on them is just brilliant, as you would expect. The textures are great. Now, I'm not sure if Ahran Modding is one guy or a team. I'm not too sure. I will say they, but, I say guy, could be a girl. They've done a brilliant, brilliant job on this. Very, very neat and tidy. So this one is obviously with wheel weights. Then we've got next to the Challenger version, let's say, so we've got the Challenger decals, you've got the Challenger logo on the front there. I've gone for twins on it because it just looks epic. And then on the end we've got the Gens version. I've gone for the black rims, but the Gens version, so we've got the Gens green, the Gens roof, and it matches up very, very nicely with the Gens, any of the Gens equipment. So if you want to do forestry and you want to go all Gens, that's entirely up to you. So what we'll do, we'll jump into the Fendt version, fire it up, So as far as lighting goes, we've got top beacons, we've got our front lights. Now what I like about this next one, I need to move out into a flat bit of obviously this would work better at night, but so I turn those, so front ones, when I put the rear lights on, you've got these side ones here, those there. Now I know that's on the probably the standard one as well, but when I go on those, I love the fact it lights up the sides. The lighting on it is brilliant. Then we get our kind of main beam work light. There's a lot of light coming off this, which is brilliant. Right, beacons off, turn those off. We've got our indicators, blinkers, whatever you call them. Left, right. That's the exterior. But even looking at the 3-point linkage and all this in the back, I mean, there's a lot going on here. Wow. So, in cab. Very nice indeed. Now, what I like, there's a few things going on here. Turn the engine off. So, when I turn this on, I like the fact all the dashboard lights come on. All the red around the dash, then that goes out in a second. Boom. Lights. Indicators. And you've got your forward and reverse as well. So if I drive forward, it's in forward at the moment. As soon as I click in reverse, that arrow switches to that. It's brilliant. Now I know I might, people say, "Oh, that's on the standard one." All I'm doing on this mod review, guide to whatever you want to call it, is showing you what's on this one. So you know, price wise, it compares exactly the same as the other one. Engine size, it compares exactly the same. A lot of these details are probably identical, but obviously there's a lot of other options on this one, including if I press L1 on my PlayStation controller and then with my right stick, if I go side to side, and I'll make sure I get the right one, if I go side to side on my right stick, L1 and side to side on my right stick, I can open and close the rear window. If I go L1 and up and down on the right stick, I can open and close the door. Very cool indeed. If I then go R1 and right stick, I can open and close the sunroof. Now, what does that look like from the outside? Let's have a look. I love it. I do like it. It's always nice. I know a lot of the PC mods have interactive controls, and it's not full interactive, I get that, but it's pretty cool to have some of these options. Make sure I get the right one. Rear window, let's go around so I can see that. Smooth, buttery. I love the fact that when you do that you can really see that glass effect, the light on that. Absolutely brilliant. And then up and down, let's open that door. Just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Really liking this mod a lot. I think I'm going to be getting one. Probably on my Felsborough map I said I was going to get a bigger tractor, and I think this might be the way to go. But anyway, that's pretty much it. It sounds great. Top speed of 39, 517 horsepower if you go for the 1050. That puts you up around sort of the bigger boy market. Obviously not, you're not 696, those higher ones, but this will pull a lot of the equipment, a lot of the 500 horsepower seeders and cultivators and that kind of thing. This will do the job. Stick a pair of twins on it and off you go. So there you go. That's it for me for the Ahran Modding Fendt Vario 1000. Lot of options available, lot of choice, nice configurations, nice animations. It's very good. Now it does say on the website or on the Modhub that some of the features are missing. I know on the original 17 version the bonnet lifted as well, and the fan spins, which actually I didn't check that. Turn it on, jump out. Yeah, the fan is spinning in there. Yeah, the bonnet lifted. I know on 17 we found a little bit, it was a little bit kind of glitchy. I know they did an update, but sometimes if you left it in an unusual position you get this kind of not laggy, it was a kind of almost like a fluttery kind of look. It was like it was moving. But I think some of those features may come later if they do an update. But anyway, that's it. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. Just have a look at the options that are there, have a look at them not just in the showroom but out in person. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.